everyone, my friends. Happy Monday, City of Sparks. It's good to see you all here. This will be a short press conference. We have a couple of our friends from the meeting in the back here, and perfect timing. So we'll have Mayor Martini provide some introductory remarks, followed by our City Attorney Chet Adams, who will kind of talk about the thrust of the program, what we're trying to do, what it is we're trying to accomplish. And then Rich Brown will give us a demonstration on the online business license permit system. And then for those in the back, we'll be happy to take any questions during or after the press conference. So, and thanks for coming. And thanks all of you for coming. Mayor Martini.
Thanks, Adam, and thanks for all of you being here in the media. We appreciate you being here. What we're here for today is the B.L.A.S.T team, Business License Accountability Support Team. And it's a group of our employees that have come together under the direction of our City Attorney, Chet Adams, to try to get some of our delinquent businesses up to speed and get them on the books again. You know, it's a lot of revenue here in the city. About 7% of our general fund budget comes from business licenses, and we want to make sure everybody's in compliance. We're not trying to be the Gestapo here by any means, but it's something of fairness. You know, if I have to have a business license, then my next door business has to have one too. That's what it's all about. So we're not here trying to hurt anybody or hurt business. We love our businesses in Sparks. They're very beneficial, and again, it's all about revenue, and these times lacking the revenues that we're lacking, we need to be making up. So again, I want to thank the B.L.A.S.T team. They've done a wonderful job, and I think you're going to see some great demonstrations here of what's going on. So with that, I'll introduce our City Attorney, Chet Adams. Chet.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you for being here. And it's good to see all the B.L.A.S.T team members here today as well. As the mayor pointed out, B.L.A.S.T is here to capture much needed revenues right now from our business license community. Revenues that help pay for the police, fire protection, that protect our businesses and their customers. It's here to collect the revenues that are used for the infrastructure, the roads and the sidewalks that get our customers to the businesses. And as the mayor pointed out, the business of government is in fact business. Sparks is very business friendly. The emphasis on collecting delinquent business license fees from Sparks businesses whose business licenses have become delinquent or expired is not a war on business. It's a matter of fairness. It's a way to level the playing field for all businesses. It's a recognition of appreciation for the vast majority of Sparks businesses that are in compliance with our business license laws. It's the city's way of saying thank you to the law-abiding businesses. It's a way of protecting our Sparks businesses. Unlicensed businesses do not pay for the infrastructure or the police or the fire or the roads and the sidewalk that the licensed businesses pay for. Unlicensed businesses are not always inspected by our fire and environmental services. They can create a risk and a hazard to not only their customers, but to the surrounding community as well. Finally, unlicensed businesses can undercut their lawful competitors who have to charge more for their goods and services because, face it, sometimes doing business, complying with the law is a little more expensive. So is there a problem with business licenses in the city of Sparks? The city of Sparks, just like many of our businesses, is in a state of financial crisis. We have lost many of our assets. Many of the personnel who help to enforce our business license laws are no longer with us. Consequently, people that were once here are no longer here. And in January of this year, with this lack of resources, we discovered that over 600 businesses were either delinquent or expired altogether. So in those initial efforts to collect and enforce our business license laws, B.L.A.S.T was born, the Business License Accountability Support Team. And through our initial efforts, we were able to bring in $65,000 to the city's general fund. Since then, we've assembled a multi-departmental group of professionals who have used their individual talents and their departmental assets to help streamline our business license collection, to help streamline the communication between our various departments. Together, we've teamed to create and implement better procedures using better resources. We're working toward new citywide ordinances. We're working toward better communication between fire and environmental services and business licenses. And we've been able to do this at absolutely no cost to the Sparks taxpayers. All of this talent, all of these assets have cost the Sparks taxpayers not a single dollar. The centerpiece of B.L.A.S.T right now is what I like to call our online business license resource center. Citizens from Sparks, Reno, Washoe County can now go online before they spend their hard-earned dollars to see if their Sparks business is in fact lawfully complying with all of our ordinances. I'd certainly like to thank Mr. Rich Brown, our IT analyst, who has helped put this together, much of which, if not all of which, could not have been accomplished but for the dedication and efforts of our IT department head, Sherry Flynn. Rich is going to discuss that in just a second. But one of the future things that we have planned for B.L.A.S.T is a link on the city attorney's website. And what we will be promoting and displaying to the citizenry is our delinquent Sparks Business of the Week and ultimately the delinquent Sparks Business of the Month. And we provided you with mock-ups here of what we anticipate having on our website. Here we have a delinquent Sparks Business of the Month who has not had a business license since 2009. We have various Sparks Businesses of the Week who are at least a year, if not only 2 years delinquent. We've got one here, which is a corporation doing business over at the Legends, who sends its corporate profits to Los Angeles, but yet does not comply with the local laws. All of this is being done in an attempt to convince and to encourage our local businesses to recognize and comply with the laws. Now, we'll be available for questions afterwards, but for now, we have a very exciting program that Mr. Brown has helped to create, and he'd like to demonstrate that. It's a very searchable, very user-friendly online program that I think all of our citizenry in Sparks, Washoe County, and Reno will find very helpful. Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Jeff. Good morning. I'm one of the analysts here at the city, and I'll be walking you through the tool today. Okay, so from our the existing City of Sparks homepage, we have a link over here called Business, and under there we have a link called Business Licensing. When you click that, that takes you to our business license homepage, which has various bits of information. The piece I want to show you today is our business license listing. What we've done is we've split our listing up into 3 different categories. We have our current licenses, which are all listed in green. Our grace period licenses, which are just our licenses that have technically expired, but they're still within their 30-day window, as well as our delinquent licenses. And as you can see, these are all color-coded based on the status of the license itself. As with most web forms, we have a basic search tool and we have some simple sorting techniques. But I'd like to focus on the search tool a little bit. We've put some effort into this. So say, for example, you're looking to find Starbucks in the city. If you just search for Starbucks, you're going to get the listing of all the Starbucks in the city of Sparks. Now, if you wanted to narrow that down just a little bit, you could say, I just want to see Starbucks at Los Altos. And the search does a pretty good job of narrowing that down just a bit. Now, in the event you're searching for a business in the city and you can't find one, and you know that the business is operating or want to submit some additional information to the city, you can click this link down here that says "Can't find a business" or "Want to submit a complaint." And what that does is it takes you to the complaint form. Which you then fill out, provide information about the business, and then when you submit that, that sends it to our business office for review and to take the appropriate course of action. And the last bit I want to show you this morning is our quick stats. This is a quick breakdown of the current number of businesses licensed in the city. As you can see, the majority of the businesses in the city of Sparks are active, with only 7% delinquent and 3% in their grace periods. We've also put together kind of a highlight of our business license. We have the oldest licensed business in the city at the Sparks Tribune since July of 1909. Newest licensed business, Ferdinand Construction, I'm guessing. And we also have the oldest expired business in Sparks, which is Great Basin Taxidermy, and the newest expired business. And these are dynamic, so these will change throughout the course of the week, month, so on and so forth. And with that, that's essentially the gist of the tool. There's not much to it. It's pretty simple. So if there's any questions, I can take those now. If not, I'll turn it over to Adam.
Thank you, Rich. I want to point out, too, that our business license in fiscal year 12 brought in about $3.8 million worth of revenue, so this is also important revenue capture that the city attorney mentioned as well. That concludes our presentation. I know that the key principal folks will stick around for some camera interviews, and if you need to get a close-up of the internet website access, you're free to do that. So thank you for coming. Have a wonderful week. Monday morning, you're free to leave.